This is an incident that fortunately does not happen very often, but it is an incident, quite honestly, that we collectively train on every day. Our crews are always training for the unpredictable, and Wednesday was unpredictable.
A special news conference wrapped up just about an hour ago where Boise officials were talking about the hangar collapse that happened this week that left 3 people dead.
That's right. And this morning we learned the names of those victims: 59-year-old Craig Durant from Boise, 24-year-old Mariano Cococh from Nampa, and 32-year-old Mario Santesi from Nampa. And the coroner's office says that they all died from traumatic blunt force injuries.
KTVB has confirmed that one of the victims, Craig Durant, is the brother of the owner of Big D Builders, the steel construction company that was building that hangar. He was listed as a director of the company in the state filings from 2021.
And just into our newsroom, just this afternoon, we received a statement from a representative of Big D Builders. The statement reads in part, quote, "Words cannot describe our pain and sorrow. Since Wednesday evening, we have lost family members and valued employees who were close personal friends. We have also had colleagues experience significant injuries. Behind our company name is a small Idaho-grown family-owned business, and we are grieving deeply with our community," end quote.
The representative also said that they are committed to working with OSHA to find out why the building collapsed, and they say they are thankful for first responders' quick action. And you can read the entire statement right now at ktvb.com.
During the news conference, representatives from several Boise agencies spoke about the tragic event and the rescue response. Our Andrew Bartline joins us from the scene of the collapse. And Andrew, what can you tell us?
Well, this is the first time I've gotten to look at it in the daylight. I was here the night of on Wednesday, and this is actually pretty decent lighting to give you a decent look at it. It's pretty large. The number I heard from our Jude Binkley is 39,000 square feet. It's buckled in the middle, but the most interesting part to me, there's actually flowers off the side of the road. If our photojournalist Logan can punch in on that, I imagine for the 3 that died and 9 that have been injured. So sort of a makeshift memorial of sorts here, just outside the building where it buckled. Now, we did hear in that press conference about an immediate response. We heard that from multiple agencies: Boise Fire, Boise Police, Ada County paramedics. Also, Canyon County stepped in as well to help with that response. Acute EMS, a private company, stepping in to help too. So not one of them got overwhelmed, you could say. They all worked together and collaborated. Heard that word multiple times over. A big piece of the response we heard from Boise Fire is when you step into a scene like this. They don't see stuff like this often. As it looking at the collapse, the big piece of it, as we got some video we're rolling for you now, is where it buckles. Understanding if it's going to collapse further, you need to first find that threat assessment before stepping in. And an interesting piece that we heard from the fire chief as well, as he talks about getting in there and helping those people who need it.
At the airport, we have a fire station, and we work very closely with the airport to make sure that our primary mission at the airport is for any aircraft emergencies. That's what they're there. They specialize in airport firefighting operations. So we're there all the time. We're there 24/7. On this particular day, at this particular time, those crews were out at the airfield doing training. So they were in that vehicle, in that apparatus. They weren't sitting in the station. So they were there immediately after the collapse happened.
That's pure luck.
Yes.
Hear the fire chief confirming that question I asked him, is that pure luck? He said yes, and you could say so to save seconds, but they're about 4,000 feet away, so we know that the response from that fire station at the airport to the scene would have been quick regardless. Again, just 4,000 feet. We did hear it took about 12 minutes for an EMS service to get to this scene. I imagine Ada County paramedics were the first to get there, but they also worked in tandem with Canyon County, as I said earlier, and Acute EMS, a private company. An interesting piece of this, Joe and Brenda, is post 9/11, sort of a federal policy that those organizations, the expectation is to collaborate and work together. So that already being in place and being prepared, they say helped significantly here. Another piece I want to point out, news at 5, we hear more from the Boise fire chief as he talks to us about who he is as Mark the human, not exactly Mark the fire chief. He says a lot with a little to do it. Joe?
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for reporting the latest from that press conference. And we will, of course, check in with Andrew as our newscasts continue to bring you the latest information as it becomes available here on 7 and on KTVB.com. Of course, you can follow us on all of our social platforms for updates. And if you wanted to watch that press conference again, we do have a clip of that on the KTVB YouTube channel right now.
We also have this information in Spanish on our website at ktvb.com/español.